What if the truths that make life harder at first are the same truths that make you unstoppable later? In the next few minutes, Nietzsche will challenge the way you think, work, suffer, and live. Friedrich Nietzsche was not trying to make people comfortable. He was trying to wake them up. His philosophy pushes you to stop living on autopilot and start becoming someone you can respect. So here are 10 life lessons from Nietzsche, following a path from inner balance to meaning, strength, freedom, and finally happiness. Stay with this to the end, because the last lesson changes the way all the others fit together. 1. Be a harmonious totality. Nietzsche believed greatness is born from tension, not simplicity. He famously wrote that you must still have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. In plain terms, you have two forces inside you. One side is disciplined, rational, structured, responsible. The other is emotional, instinctive, creative, wild. Most people overdevelop one and neglect the other. They become either cold and mechanical or passionate, but directionless. Nietzsche's lesson is not to kill one side. It is to train both. Be organized enough to build a life, but free enough to feel alive inside it. Use reason to give shape to your days, and instinct to give them color. A powerful person is not one-dimensional. They are a balanced storm. The goal is not perfection. The goal is inner harmony strong enough to carry both order and fire. 2. Stop living reactively. Nietzsche warned that many people distract themselves so they do not have to truly face life. And that sounds painfully modern. Endless scrolling, constant entertainment, fake busyness, shallow routines. All of it can keep you moving while hiding the fact that you are going nowhere. A reactive life is not just laziness. It is a life controlled by impulses, noise, and other people's expectations. Nietzsche asks something harder. What do you actually want? Not what looks good. Not what sounds safe. What do you want when the excuses are stripped away? The moment you stop waiting for life to happen and begin choosing your direction, you stop being a spectator in your own story. You become dangerous to mediocrity the moment you act on purpose. 3. Do not carry resentment. Nietzsche saw resentment as a slow poison. It traps you in the actions of other people and makes your inner world dependent on their failures. Weak people replay insults, betrayals, and humiliations until those moments become their identity. Strong people respond, learn, and move forward. This does not mean becoming naive. It does not mean allowing mistreatment. It means refusing to build your personality around pain. If someone wrongs you, face it clearly. Set the boundary. Take action if needed, but then let it go. The more energy you spend mentally fighting old battles, the less energy you have to build a future. Nietzsche's noble person does not waste life keeping score. They recover, rise, and keep walking. The greatest revenge is not bitterness. It is growth that no longer needs revenge. 4. Do not blindly follow the masters. Nietzsche respected great thinkers, but he refused to become a copy of them. That is the lesson. Learn from teachers, experts, traditions, and role models, but never surrender your mind to them. Too many people borrow opinions because thinking for themselves feels risky. They repeat ideas they never tested, chase paths they never chose, and call that wisdom. Nietzsche would say that borrowed convictions make a weak soul. Study deeply, yes. Listen carefully, yes. But then digest everything and ask, what is true for my life? Real growth begins when you stop worshiping maps and start reading the terrain yourself. The goal is not rebellion for show. The goal is honest independence. Wisdom is not imitation. Wisdom is tested truth. 5. Find your why. Nietzsche wrote that he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. This may be his most practical insight. Pain becomes lighter when it serves a purpose. Effort becomes bearable when it points towards something meaningful. Without a why, even easy living feels empty. With a why, even hardship can feel noble. So Nietzsche turns the question back on you. When you look at yourself honestly, are you proud of the way you are living? Are you cultivating the gifts you have? Are you moving towards something worthy of your strength? Your why is not always a grand mission written in the sky. Sometimes it begins as a quiet conviction. This is the kind of person I refuse to stop becoming. Once that truth becomes clear, endurance changes completely. Hard days stop feeling random when they are connected to a deeper reason. 6. Use suffering as fuel. Nietzsche's most quoted line is simple. What doesn't destroy me makes me stronger. But the deeper point is often missed. Suffering does not automatically improve you. It can also make you bitter, fearful, and smaller. It only becomes strength when you turn pain into understanding. Nietzsche saw hardship as a test that reveals your illusions, your weaknesses, and your hidden capacities. Every loss forces a confrontation. Every failure strips away fantasy. Every heartbreak exposes dependence. If you can look at suffering not just as punishment, but as information, you begin to transform. The wound becomes a teacher. The collapse becomes a reset. You do not glorify pain, but you refuse to waste it. That is how people rise from ashes instead of remaining in them. Sometimes the most brutal season of your life introduces you to the strongest version of yourself. 7. Do not confuse being busy with being free. Nietzsche argued that if you do not have time for yourself, you are some kind of slave, no matter how impressive your title sounds. That hits hard today because modern culture worships exhaustion. People brag about being overbooked, overworked, always reachable, always productive. But being busy is not the same as being in control. You can fill every hour and still be deeply disconnected from your own life. Nietzsche's question is uncomfortable. Are you working for your growth, or are you trapped in endless motion serving money, status, and pressure? Freedom begins when part of your day belongs to your own mind, your own body, your own becoming. If every hour is consumed by demands, you may be surviving well, but you are not really living. A full calendar can still hide an empty soul. 8. Live dangerously. Nietzsche did not mean be reckless for attention. He meant stop building your life around safety alone. Comfort can quietly become a prison. The more you organize everything to avoid risk, the smaller your life becomes. To live dangerously is to test yourself, to speak honestly, to create boldly, to leave rooms that shrink you, to pursue a future that has no guarantee attached to it. Most people want certainty before action. Nietzsche says that is backwards. You become capable through action. You discover your strength by stepping beyond the familiar. One of his deepest questions is whether you would be willing to relive your life again and again. If the answer terrifies you, do not numb that feeling. Use it. Let it push you toward a life with more courage, more intensity, and more truth. A meaningful life is rarely built inside the borders of comfort. 9. Become more than you are. Nietzsche's idea of the overman, or the superhuman, is often misunderstood. He was not talking about a comic book hero or a superior race. He was describing a human being who overcomes inherited weakness, passive morality, and small thinking. In his view, man is a bridge, not a final destination. That means your life is not just about comfort or survival. It is about transformation. You are meant to outgrow your lower habits, your cowardice, your laziness, your need for approval. And every act of creation matters. Raising a child well, making art, building something useful, discovering truth, teaching wisely, living with character. The higher human is not born by accident. It is shaped through discipline, vision, and repeated self-overcoming. Every day asks the same question: will you remain who you were or become who you could be? 10. Happiness is in the way you move toward a goal. Nietzsche's formula for happiness was this: a yes, a no, a straight line, a goal. First say yes to life. Meet experience with openness. Then say no to what weakens, distracts, or degrades you. Then draw a straight line. Create principles, clarity, direction. And finally, aim at a goal. What matters here is that happiness is not presented as a reward waiting at the finish line. It is in the style of your movement. It is in the quality of your choices. It is in the feeling that your days are aligned, deliberate, and alive. The destination can give you moments of pleasure, but the process gives you a life you can actually respect. In other words, happiness is not something you chase after life begins. It is the way you learn to walk through life itself. Nietzsche's lessons are not soft, but that is exactly why they endure. Balance your inner chaos. Refuse a reactive life. Drop resentment. Think for yourself. Find your why. Learn from suffering. Protect your freedom. Take worthy risks. Keep becoming. And build happiness through the way you live each day. Nietzsche did not ask you to be perfect. He asked you to stop being passive, because the most dangerous thing is not suffering, struggle, or uncertainty. The most dangerous thing is reaching the end of your life and realizing you never truly became yourself. And if that realization hits you today, maybe that is not a tragedy. Maybe that is your beginning.